Hey, how you doing? This is John and welcome to John's Long Box. Today I'm doing a board game video. This is a game called Alien Frontiers. As you can see, this is the big box. So this is everything with the deluxe components for Alien Frontiers. Alien Frontiers, for those of you who do not know, it was a big deal because it was the first board game on Kickstarter. So it was like a crowd-funded game, and they took a risk. I think they made $30,000, in a time now where board games are making millions of dollars. This was like a big deal, and I took a risk on it, and it's a fun game. So this is the box. The premise is we're astronauts, space travelers, whatever have you, like a retro 50s future motif, finding an alien planet, and the different factions are colonizing it. So here is the board. This was the game that my game group just played, and we just finished the game, and there's the scores over here. You guys can laugh at me. I was red. So are you noticing a pattern? I always lose. And Adam always wins. He's blue, and then Lisa was orange, and Bex was yellow. So this is the board. It's an interesting game. So, because the dice are your spaceship. So on your turn, so I was red. So let's say it's my turn. The first thing you do is you collect your dice. So I have 4 dice ships right now. So these are my spaceships. Then you roll. You get this. And then you figure out where you want to go. If you want to build a ship, you got to put equal dice over here and then spend fuel and ore. And you could grab another dice out of your supply, put it in the maintenance, and the next turn, when you grab your dice, you have one more ship. You could go to the terraforming station. If you have a 6, which I happen to have a 6, I could go here, and I could spend a fuel and an ore, and then this ship gets destroyed, but it turns into a colony, and then I could place a colony on there. Why do I want to place a colony? Every time you place a colony, you get a point. So right here, if this was my game, I'm red. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would have 4 points. But if you have the majority in a territory, you get an extra point. So I don't have it. So this would be 1 point for the colony, 1 point for having control of that territory. So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have 4 because I did terrible. So, blue would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for control, 6, 7, 8. So 8 points. And they won the game. So the game ends when you place your last colony. So I had 3 more colonies. Adam placed all of his colonies and won the game. And it ends immediately. So every space gives you something. So if you go here into the solar converter, if your dice has a 3, so these are the spaces, a 3 would give me 2 fuel. So I take 2 fuel. If I go to the orbital market, this is the most confusing. I have to put equal dice. So I put there 2 dice that are equal, and then I spend 1 fuel and times one of the dice, so 1 fuel times 1, and I get ore. Ore is tough to get. These are alien artifacts, so I just put at least 2 dice equaling 8 or better, and I could take one of these cards. It gives me a unique power. This is the Raiders outpost, so what do is I raid the other factions. I have to put it straight, so like a 2, 3, and a 4, and then I steal resources from the other players or steal their artifacts. This is the lunar mine, so this is getting ore. So this is I put 1 dice down and I get an ore. There you go. But the next person has to be the equal or higher, so a 2 or a 3, and so on. So it gets higher. It gets harder and harder and harder. This is the colony constructor. So this is instantly put a colony. So you got to put the dice, it has to be all equal. So this is not good. Somebody must have cheated or I knocked into it. So you put 3 of the same dice, and then you spend 3 ore, and you can immediately just put a colony down wherever you want. And this is the colony. This is the typical way to colonize. You just put, so blue would go, say blue goes here, and then blue would be able to, that wasn't there, pretend. Then we just put a colony. And every dice you put down, it goes further and further and further until it gets here. And then when it's here, you spend fuel and ore, and boom, you land on the planet. This is the shipyard. Your dice have to be equal. So like you see, she has, this was Bex, she had 2 3s. And if you're getting your 4th ship, you pay 1 of each. If you're getting your 5th ship, you pay 2 of each. If you're getting your 3rd ship, you get 3 of each, and then that's it. And then the terraforming station. This is 6. So you put a 6 there, if you roll a 6, you spend 1 fuel, 1 ore, and then this gets destroyed and turns into a colony. I think I explained that already. And there you go. Boom. And that's it. Now, if you come over here, I got other stuff. These are expansions. So, and then if you control a colony, you get a unique power. So you're constantly fighting for that. But these are boards that are little spaces that only the owner can use. So, you pick these. So this would be your home space station, so that only you could use this. Only you could use this base. And then there's a whole sideboard. I can't even get it out. But there's a whole sideboard, the outer belt, which is asteroids orbiting, and you unfold it, and hard to do with one hand. You unfold it, and you put it over here. And there's extra stuff, extra cards that you can do, so you can expand the game. I've only played the base game, and the base game is fun. And you can see this player mat is for another game. I just put it to protect the table, but I really dig this. I think it's a fun game. The first time I played it, I hated it because I just couldn't get through your head that the dice are your spaceships. I just thought that was just a bizarre thing. But and then so what? Your spaceships have different abilities. But yeah, I need theme in my game, so I always like, okay, this is just the state of repair of the ship. If it's at a 6, it's a perfectly good, fueled up and ready to go, good crew, and then like the morale of the ship or whatever. That's the way I tie the theme into it, and it's fun. You can play up to 6 people. It's so 6 people. It's going to be such a cutthroat game, but I really like it. I've played a few times with my friends in my game group, and then once I played it at Dice Tower Con at a convention with, I joke and call them the old ladies, but because they were only like a year or two older than me, but they were knitting. They were sitting knitting at the game, and they were mean. They were vicious. Oh my God, that was the most vicious game of this. So you could play this cutthroat. It could be a little, but it's not that bad. It's not like the worst that could happen is they block you or they take some of your resources. But taking your resources is difficult because ore is hard to get. So that's today's video, Alien Frontiers. Come on over and play, everybody. It's a fun game. Bye bye.